Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Background Buzz Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing ArkAngel, which is the second episode of season 4 of Black Mirror.
I'm 2,000 years old, and I remember when we used to open up the door and just let the kids be.
Sarah! Sarah! Sarah!
Hey, lady!
Sarah!
I found her!
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Sarah will be part of our trial period.
Response so far is just incredible. A sense of security, peace of mind. The stories we've been hearing, they are truly inspirational.
It's completely safe.
Sure it is, honey.
Okay, so in this episode, ArkAngel is the name of an implanted chip technology that allows a parent to track and monitor their children, as well as pixelate images that could cause them to distress. Single mother Marie, played by Rosemary DeWitt, has her younger daughter Sarah implanted with ArkAngel, which, while initially effective, becomes a dangerous hindrance, and Marie allows Sarah to grow up without the use of ArkAngel. As Sarah matures into a rebellious teenager, played by Brenna Harding, Marie becomes tempted to use ArkAngel again. So, overall, what did you think of this episode?
I'm very mixed feelings with this episode. Lukewarm.
Oh no.
I thought I liked some aspects of this episode. I didn't like other aspects of this episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall mixed feeling. I would say this is one of my least favorite episodes of the season.
I disagree. I mean, I love this episode, and I think for me it was very, very relatable. I think like the idea of like a single mom, meaning well, wanting to protect her daughter, and then just taking it way too far to the point where it becomes destructive of that original goal is very relatable. I feel like that happens all the time, and I think this episode is just how that would take place if there is better technology. And I feel like that's what Black Mirror does well. It takes like a problem that already exists and it says like, how could this be worse if we added technology to it? So yeah, I liked it a lot. And I also like the pacing of it was really cool, where it starts off with Sarah as a baby.
No, I like that.
You see her grow up.
I like that. I like you're right, the time span. Like we see how this technology affects both their parenting and how it impacts the child, throughout development. So yeah, you see her as a kid and her like learning about life. Like
I also think like the whole blurring out of things that might be, what was it, like my agitator,
my cortisol levels going up, like triggering,
or like so it would blur out like a dog barking at her, or like blow out blood and stuff, like pornography. I think that like ties into, I guess, like the whole topic now about like safe spaces, and like, what it means to be over censored.
I like that,
and I think I like that a lot.
I
think it really tackled that issue that, well, like you can't keep some people safe forever in a bed.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, people are going to have to be in the real world without any guidance or parental help. So you might as well have that happen sooner rather than later, so that they're prepared to deal with it.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite scenes in this episode is because initially Sarah like doesn't mind ArkAngel, like she likes having the comfort of knowing that her mom is always watching her, so it makes her feel safe. And then like the first day where her mom was like, no, we're not gonna do this anymore, she looks at her mom and she goes like, well, you're not gonna know if something bad happens to me. And her mom's like, no, it's okay, nothing bad is gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so interesting, because even at a young age, this child is like, they're dependent on this, on this technology. Whereas I'm sure other kids her age should be able to walk to school by themselves and be fine.
Yeah, and even naturally, like even now, like you have a kid who has an overprotective parent, and there's that that period of time where they have to go to school and maybe go to the school bus by themselves or take the train by themselves. It can be a scary moment.
Scary.
And I think what this episode does really good is like you said, taking what happens, what Black Mirror does well is like taking scenarios that we have now, but adding that layer of technology and how that affects us negatively.
Usually because of Black Mirror.
Yeah, negatively. And you're right, I think that's what I really liked about this episode. For me, the positives that I have down is the ArkAngel technology and how it impacts the child and the parenting style. And
very similar to the entire history of technology, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it has a mix of a lot of things. It has like that. I also thought like it reminded me of Man Against Fire.
Oh yeah,
Like,
more so that I
like
think.
Man Against Fire, this technology where you can alter the way the world looks. Just so it reminded me of that. So I like that aspect. Like, oh, there's this shared technology. That's also a very big theme of this season, like the shared technology thing. I thought I didn't like the kid actors. Like,
No, well,
I know that's hard. For any show.
I across the board hate kid actors.
Across the board.
Yeah. I don't like them. I don't like them either.
It was very off-putting. I was like, it really took me out of that section of her life.
No,
It just annoyed me.
I agree.
Yeah, and also I thought to me I got annoyed at the part where the therapist was like, when they go see the therapist after she has this violent incident, she started like pricking herself.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to see the blood.
Yeah.
And the therapist was like, I think the best solution is just get her off this ArkAngel and just let her be.
Yeah.
But the mom's solution was like literally just throw her into the world. Like she's been so reliant on this technology that protects her, keeps her insulated, and I'm just gonna cold turkey her.
Yeah.
Technology.
Okay.
Just go out to the world. And I didn't even walk her to school. I was like, holy shit! Like you care so much about your kid, but you're gonna send your kid off, like just cold turkey out to this world without the technology and hope that she does okay. In fact, her solution was to kind of cheat, right? She cheated a little. She went back to the technology.
Well, later in the episode,
When she sends her daughter to the very first day, she sends her daughter. She's so worried about is she gonna be okay? Is she okay? And then she goes to the iPad.
Oh, and then she found out she's okay.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
okay. And I loved it.
I didn't mind the fact that she just cold turkeyed her. I did mind the fact that she hid the iPad away rather than throw it away. So I was like, obviously she's gonna check it later in life. If she has it, she's gonna check it.
Yeah, I understand that though because I haven't thrown out my Super Nintendo and I haven't played that for years. So
I also love how they was like, when the implant is implanted, it can't be removed, and it's been banned in, like the EU and all that. I'm like, well, it seems to me as if she I don't think that this mom. I don't believe that this mom would have signed up for this technology knowing that the implant couldn't have been removed.
Also, it was a free trial, right?
Yeah.
So
what do you mean it can't be removed?
Yeah.
And I feel like that was just like a plot tool
It's little
them.
nitbits that I didn't like about this episode. It's like the idea where she got the implant. It was literally just a needle to the head.
Yeah.
It was like, that's it. ArkAngel's installed.
No, but that's Black Mirror, right?
Yeah, but
You could say the same thing about Sanji and Peril. They just put the thing in the head and then boop, they're in the Matrix.
I know, but I was starting to think like maybe. I mean, I don't think Black Mirror has explained. I think everyone's just sort of they have an installed chip or something. Like they're all connected somehow, right? There's some implant in the brain that connects them to everything, right? I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Because like you're saying, like you can connect the cookie to your brain.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it's unexplained. They don't explain it in the Black Mirror universe how that technology actually works.
I think it's just the future, and it just worked because it's the future.
So yeah. What else did you think about this episode? I mean, I'm going on the negatives because I didn't like this episode, but you liked it.
I mean, I liked what was the actress's name?
The adult.
Brienne Harding as Sarah, like adult Sarah. I thought she was cool. She was believable as like a high school
for sure.
girl, like
I thought
rebelling,
that was the best part of her time, man.
going out, just like smoking weed, with doing drugs with these guys.
More than weed.
Yeah, they were
in
doing
fact, she
coke.
skipped weed. I think she went. Wait, did she?
No,
skip?
she smoked that. She smoked that.
Oh, right.
And then she went straight to hardcore
Gateway
drugs.
drug guys. Gateway drugs.
Kids, take off drugs.
This is why the federal government's fighting California right now.
Take off the cocaine.
So yeah, she was she played a really good character, and I thought it was the best part of her life, like for teenagers.
And like believable, like I could believe that a teenager, like a 15-year-old, I guess that's what she was supposed to be in this episode, would fall for a guy and like do cocaine and like fuck him in the van. Like I can see that happening.
Yeah.
And then I could also see how a mom could get really worried about that. But I think most of the time, what happens in real life is the teenager just lies to the mom, and the mom really doesn't find out, and then everything works out. But in this Black Mirror universe, the mom finds out.
Yeah, and you're right. That's how it connects to that show, Entire History of You.
Yeah.
Where she just became so obsessive over this.
Yeah, and I think that's a good analogy because sometimes knowing isn't better. Like sometimes just not knowing.
Yeah, had she not known, she was doing what I would say is typical teenagers. Yeah, it is questionable.
I
But
don't know.
that's teenager stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's when you experiment. That's when you're gonna do drugs. And you might get you're gonna do sex. You're gonna do all that stuff.
And I think
together.
the better way of handling that, at least how like people handle that today, is like, hey, you were out late, like you said you with your friend, because she would have known that she wasn't with her friend just by calling the mom, or the mom was like, oh no, they're not together, I did not have the movie, right?
Yeah.
So she would have known. So she would have known something was up. She could have just been like, hey, I know you lied to me. Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah.
And then maybe she would have they would have lied back. Would have been, but at least there would have been a conversation there, rather than I know this about you and like having this this lie going on.
I think that's my takeaway from this episode. It's like I really like the idea of the technology and the parenting style and this idea of like how safe do you want to keep your child? Like, yes, as parents, you want to keep your child safe. You want to make sure that they're fine, they grow up well. But at some point, you have to realize that in life, you have to fall down, right? You have to risk. There's risks involved.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get hurt,
And
whether it be from a guy or from your experiences. You might even die, but in a weird way, that's kind of like part of
Everyone's
life.
gonna die.
Yeah, it's part of life.
And you have to be able to know how to react to certain situations. One of my favorite scenes is when she's young and the grandpa's having a heart attack, but she can't realize it because it's blurred out. It's like, like obviously she doesn't know how to deal with this problem because she's never seen anything bad happen to anyone. She doesn't know what to do.
And she didn't even can see it in the moment.
Yeah.
She was like, it was all blurred out. And I enjoy that part of it. And yeah.
I also really love the end where Brienne like beats her in the head with the iPad. I think that's how it should have ended with the mom dying. I think that would have been like a cool dark.
I was a little annoyed by that scene. I'll tell you why.
Why?
The reason she broke it on her mom's head was she was so frustrated at not being able to break it.
Yeah.
Right? She was like, I hate this thing. Like,
no, and I think she was frustrated at her mom too.
I know, but for me initially, if I don't know, maybe I saw it wrong, but I felt like she was like, how do you break this thing? Like, it didn't occur to her like to smash it against something, but eventually it did occur to her, but she took it out in her mom's face. Yeah. I thought she killed her mom.
I thought she killed her.
I mean, how did she survive that? Like, holy shit! It was a beatdown.
Oh, it was a flimsy iPad. It wasn't the new iPad.
No. This thing looks beautiful. Like, this is beautiful, but that looked like the Wii, like the Wii.
The Switch.
Yeah, no, not the Switch, the old one.
Oh, the Wii U.
The Wii U pad. But yeah, and then at the end, what happened? She hitchhikes with a trucker.
That was a dumb ending.
It was dumb.
Because the show made a point to point out that she was 15 years old, and I just feel like if a 15-year-old
she was 15?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Even though the actress was
come on.
But the show made a point of saying that she's 15, but I feel like if a 15-year-old goes hitchhiking, the mom just calls the police.
Yeah.
And especially in the future where like there's like probably cameras everywhere, they just find her and bring her back home because she's a minor. Like it doesn't seem to me as if she's just gonna go to run away.
Yeah. I don't think she will. I didn't really like the ending.
But for me, I didn't like the ending, but I thought the whole episode was a joy to watch. I was interested the entire time.
Yeah. For me, it was the opposite. Throughout it, I was like, oh man, I felt like it was dragging. It was just like, what's the payoff? And the payoff didn't hit for me. For me, it was one of my least favorite episodes, ArkAngel.
Guys, what do you think of ArkAngel? Let us know if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Also, check out some of our other videos where we reveal all the other episodes in Season 4. Please like us on Instagram if you're interested. Like and subscribe to this channel. And yeah, I'm Steve.
I'm Wilson.
Thanks for coming.
All right, bye.